short gain. 3rd and 11. Jared Goff, a couple of weeks ago, was in the MVP conversation, but at Detroit, he didn't play very well and didn't play well at all, obviously, in Chicago last week. So his rating over the last 2 games is a paltry 40.3, trying to get back on track with 1 TD, 5 picks. And head coach Sean McVay took a lot of the blame from what happened last week.
Michael Bennett has just been amazing so far. Watch him just come through this offensive line, and protection such a big part for the Rams. But Jared Goff, the last time these two teams played last season, it got a little bloody in there for Goff. He took some huge shots in that game.
Johnny Hekker, one of the best in the league to punt. Darren Sproles has missed much of the season with a hamstring pull. His back booming kick fielded at the 12-yard line. Sproles is dangerous. Can he get around this corner? No, he can't. And he's tackled at the 23-yard line. Justin Lawler makes the stop. It's a 65-yard punt. As we take a look right now at the Philly offense.
Nick Foles, Arizona.
Josh Adams, Notre Dame.
Alshon Jeffrey, South Carolina.
Nelson Aguilar, Fight On.
Zach Ertz, Stanford. Dallas Goedert, South Dakota State.
Jason Peters, Arkansas.
Stephen Wisniewski, Penn State.
Jason Kelsey, University of Cincinnati. Brandon Brooks, Miami University.
Lane Johnson, Oklahoma.
Outstanding offensive line. You saw Dallas Goedert introduce himself. They figured to use a lot of 2 tight ends tonight. Of course, Ertz being the other has 98 catches. Running back is Josh Adams on their first play from scrimmage. And Foles on what might have been a broken play out to the 27-yard line for a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. A little confusion. Foles started the first 2 games of the season. Remember, Wentz had surgery a year ago. Needed a full 9 months and a couple of weeks to recover. And so Foles played those first 2 games, a win against Atlanta, a loss to Tampa Bay. He played okay. Wendell Smallwood now in the backfield on 2nd and 7. And Foles, under pressure, keeps his eyes downfield, throws, and gets a first down. And that's that rookie Dallas Goedert, 2nd-round pick out of South Dakota State, who's really come on.
Well, they're going to take a page out of the Bears playbook for sure. Aaron Donald right here is going to get double-teamed on this play inside. They are just going to simply try and take him out of the game the same way the Bears did. And now the pressure really falls on the other guys to get pressure. And here's Nick Foles. They talk about that Wentz is the more mobile of those 2 quarterbacks, but pretty nice throw on the run.
Josh Adams in the backfield from the 37-yard line. Take it to him, and then a one-handed catch is made and a good tackle also. Ertz makes his 99th catch. Joyner with the tackle, and we'll meet the Rams defense here.
Aaron Donald, Pittsburgh. Ndamukong Suh, Nebraska. Dante Fowler Jr., Florida. Corey Littleton, Washington.
Mark Barron, Alabama.
Namaka Ebukam, Eastern Washington.
Akeem Talib, Kansas. John Johnson, Boston College.
Lamarcus Joyner, Florida State. Marcus Peters, West Oakland, California. Nikhil Roby-Coleman, USC.
Here comes the man who had those 2 defensive touchdowns in the wild game against Kansas City a few weeks back. Smallwood gets hammered at the 42-yard line. Short of the first down by about 4, 3rd down.
You know, Al, it really was interesting talking with some of the Eagles players, and obviously this year hasn't gone exactly the way that they had hoped. But having Nick Foles back in the huddle in practice sort of rekindled a little of the spirit of that magic that really started right here on this field. When he came in this game, everybody said, oh, the Eagles season's over and it's done. How'd that turn out?
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%, partner, on that one. It's just a little different feeling.
Yeah.
3rd and 4. And this is Sproles And they picked up back-to-back first downs and a lot more. Sproles takes it to the Los Angeles 40, tackled by John Johnson. So a good beginning to this drive, gain of 17 here.
Yeah, one of the ways that you can take care of a speedy pass rusher is come down here and trap this thing inside. That's exactly what they do. So you go, okay, we're going to double team you, then nobody's going to block you. Look out. Here comes the tackle from the other side on a trap.
From the 40. Foles under some pressure, and it's a dangerous pass off Adams' hand, and incomplete. Second down and 10. Michael Brockers was there for the near pick. Second down.
You know, I don't know what it is in football, but as a receiver, you're not used to seeing the ball floating like that. And sometimes it can just be unnerving almost as it's coming down, because you know as it's floating down, the crowd is coming towards you. Sometimes those are the toughest ones to catch.
A little change-up.
Yeah.
First quarter, Philadelphia this year only 28 points thus far in the 13 games. So they've gotten off with slow starts tonight. Not a bad start for them, but now they're going to have third and long. Josh Adams stopped at just about the line of scrimmage.
Well, now we get to that moment, right? There he is. There's Carson Wentz, and they now know that these are those sort of big moments in the game for Nick Foles. You're outside of field goal range at this moment. Do you try and be conservative? Do you cut him loose? Here is when, in the Super Bowl, he was at his best. These big moments, time after time after time, Nick Foles delivered.
Sproles in as his third down back. They've rotated the three backs already. Adams, Sproles, and Smallwood. Sproles throws, and that is caught, but trying to pick up the first down. Stopped shy is Golden Tate, who came over in midseason in the trade with Detroit. So they'll spot the ball at about the 33. In comes the field goal unit for what will be a 51-yard attempt for Jake Elliott.
Yeah, but when it's Doug Peterson, you always have to check, don't you?
Correct.
Third and 3 from this part of the field. I was like, okay, is he thinking about it? No, here comes the kicker.
Cameron Johnston will put it down at the 41. So a 51-yard kick on a fairly windless night. That shouldn't be a factor here. And it is just inside the right upright. So Philadelphia draws first blood, 3-0 against the Rams.
5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome to Game Day Prime.
Every dog. Chevy. Chevy has earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards across cars, trucks, and SUVs. And by Walmart, light up Christmas at Walmart. Coliseum, no venue has hosted more spectacular events. 2 Super Bowls, a World Series. The Dodgers played here the first 4 years after they moved from Brooklyn. The Olympics in 32 and 84. And as we said earlier, the 2028 Olympics coming to Los Angeles. Events will be held here. Eric Dickerson, our one-time partner on Monday night, working the sidelines back in 2000, 2001, and one of the great Rams of all time. Kickoff fielded by Pharoh Cooper at the 2-yard line. And he brings it back out to the 21. And let's take a look at the Philadelphia defense.
Michael Bennett, A.D. Taylor High School. Fletcher Cox, Yazoo City High School.
Haltingata, Oregon. Brandon Graham, Michigan.
Kamal Grishet Hill, Eastern Illinois.
Nigel Bradham, D. Florida State University. Rasul Douglas, West Virginia.
Malcolm Jenkins, D. Ohio State University. Corey Graham, New Hampshire.
Devontae Bosman, Kansas City, Missouri.
Crayvon LeBlanc, Florida Atlantic.
A lot of injuries. Pocket is clean, throws over the middle. Gurley out to the 34-yard line. He was almost a forgotten man last week. When he did get the ball, he didn't do very much. 2nd and 12. You know, you look back to last week in Dallas in overtime, the Eagles played 99 defensive plays, including those nullified. There were 6 nullified by penalty. Look at that. Malcolm Jenkins also plays special teams. He played 111 plays 7 days ago.
I was watching the tape this week. I thought I was watching Gone with the Wind.
Gone with no wind. 2nd down and 12. Dot to the outside. Caught. 1st down. Robert Woods makes the catch. The man who played his college football here at USC and started his career with the Buffalo Bills. And that's good for a gain of 18 yards.
You know, sometimes the Rams are in these tight formations.
Snap it quick.
Or something like that, because I hate going. Yeah.
Outside, caught very close to a 1st down. Robert Woods thinks he has it. We'll see. They gave him the 1st down. Crayvon LeBlanc with the coverage.
Really is amazing. Look at this secondary, the Philadelphia Eagles. We probably knew the Eagles as well as anybody. We did all the way through the Super Bowl last year, and you're like, who are these guys out there starting for this football team? But that's what they've had to live with, and at least they're getting some practice time now that they didn't get early on when the injuries first hit.
Well, the corner situation is a total mess. They're lucky that Jenkins has been healthy all year. Both play the drive. Gurley on a beautifully designed play. Gurley for a gain of 9 to the 5-yard line where Jenkins 2nd down and 1.
Take the reverse. You come out, you throw the screen to that monster Todd Gurley out there. people think he's like the not. He's 225 pounds. He runs a 4.4. He's not this quick, elusive kind of guy. He is a big, fast power back.
First round draft choice out of Georgia, 2015. Goff 7 for 7 on this drive, and through the middle goes Gurley for the touchdown. That's his 20th touchdown of the season. Great drive over 7 minutes. 13 plays, 6 on the ground, and 7th the air. Balance.
This is the Rams, this outside zone, and then just let the big guy come powering his way through. Watch him just bounce off tacklers. 1, 2, no chance. Nobody can get him on the ground. 225 with that kind of speed and a little bit of an angry attitude after what happened to him in Chicago. He's going to be tough to handle.
Yeah, meanwhile, Cox is bent over. That would be a major blow as they work on Fletcher Cox.
Well, you have to wonder how much that overtime game a week ago took out of this team. We have seen some of the numbers on it. It's almost ridiculous whenever you play as many plays as Eagles played on defense last week and then go on the road the next week. It was like 6-30 or something like that. It's really tough to win.
Yeah, you go coast to coast, and then you have to be on the field for a 13-play drive, and that does not look good for the Eagles right now. Red line for the extra point. Johnny Hecker to put it down. And the Rams trying to leave Chicago in the rear view mirror. Take a 7-3 lead with 1:16 to go in the first quarter.
5.
Eastern football night in America. Chiefs, of course, lost the heartbreaker on Thursday night to the Chargers. Seahawks lost in overtime today to San Francisco. So it's going to be very coming down the stretch. I mean, the Chiefs needed 5.
Like you said, a lot of the time they lost in Chargers 29-28. Yeah. 28.
to win next week.
I think we might see some quarterback scrambles.
Let's go to Michelle.
Well, hey, I spoke to Carson Wentz earlier tonight.
NFL Total Access, Monday at 7, live on NFL. Dedicated to the NFL.
Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Zapoya. Week 15 winding down at the Coliseum. Crowd of about, say, 75,000 tonight. Temporary home of the Rams. Play here one more year and then on to the new digs. We'll take a tour of that later on. Set 3rd down and 6 now as the Eagles have it at their own 29-yard line. Foles throwing, and then it'll be caught. Great catch made by Jeffrey. He beat Aqib Talib down the sideline on a 3rd and 6.
Alshon Jeffrey, of course, the big receiver on the outside. Talib coming back for a couple games after his injury. But you can see just how relaxed Nick Foles looks out there. He looks like he knows it's playoff time, and when it's playoff time, he's pretty darn good. I think that's part of the reason they keep talking about we're going to play it like a playoff game. They know how good Foles was.
Been there, done that as Foles running out of room. And he's finally taken out of bounds. Great coverage on the back end. And Ndamukong Suh in his first year with the Rams, 9th in the league, knocks him out. Last 10 regular season games, and this would go back to when Foles was actually a Ram in St. Louis in 2015, a 68.4 rating. So he played very well at the end of the game. He took over for Wentz. Not so well down the regular season stretch last year, but in the postseason, well, take a look at that. And he's got that Super Bowl MVP trophy.
I just kept thinking in the Super Bowl, can he really keep this going? Because Brady was matching him throw for throw.
Yep. The 41-point outburst, second down and 9. Give the ball to Smallwood. Wendell Smallwood, 4 different Eagles have carried the ball tonight. That's a third down now and 6 upcoming.
We've talked about some of the injuries, but it's also hit at the running back position as well. Corey Clement now out, Jay Ajayi out. So Josh Adams, who's done very well running inside. And now Wendell Smallwood outside. Darren Sproles a little spice. Might get in some of these situations. But right now, you start to think about Zach Ertz, because he is the guy that, no question about it, they love to go to in this situation right here. So clutch.
His next catch will be his 100th of the season. Instead, they shoot it out here to Smallwood, and that's Marcus Peters making the tackle. As a flag down. He looked to be a little short of the first down, and Bill Vinovich will tell us about the penalty, which apparently is going to be on Peters.
Personal foul. Defense number 22. Grasping a helmet opening. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.